And that thing about me, my identity, this person that I am, this fighter, in that court, in Sandra Peake's court in 257, my identity, surrounded by these black women, became her biggest weapon against me. I showed up in Sandra Peake's court, black, femme, and a fighter. And my ex-wife and her attorney used every racist trope and stereotype ever thrown at black women against me. And these black women, Sandra Peake and the officers of her court, even the first mediator, they ate that shit up. They ate it up. They refused to see the woman in me. They refused to see the mother. And I don't know if it's because family court is so heteronormative, they always expect a mom and a dad to show up, but I'm standing there with proof in my hands that my ex-wife is lying. They didn't even bother to look when it meant the most. I told you guys that I'm a very private person for a cause. I'm a survivor. And admittedly, I have some peculiar ways of looking at my privacy and things like that, and I know the root of it. And my ex-wife knew too. The violations, the things she did in my bedroom. I had gone days. I hadn't heard from my ex-wife. I hadn't heard from my child. And I literally paced. I think it was like this was day 4 at this point. I didn't eat. I didn't sleep. I just walked, paced. And at some point on that 4th day, I sent her an email, my ex-wife. And in this email, I told her that it was easier to survive rape than it was surviving her. And it was explicit. At that point, I wanted her to know just how betrayed I felt. If you can see the woman in me, this woman that had been deprived of any emotional support from my spouse, like going through the pandemic, the survivor in me, you can see the woman in me and how I might feel about knowing that my wife was sleeping with another woman in my bed while denying me any emotional support. If you could have seen that, you would see the nature of that email. These people turned it into something horrible. Like I'm a monster. For her to even show anyone that email, it was an indication of how little she respected me as a human being, as a woman. And how do you co-parent with someone that you don't respect as a human? Her character was on full display by ever sharing that email with anyone. And the way I found out that she shared this email was I am sitting there, finally, in court. And they're going over discovery and evidence, things that they want to have thrown out and whatnot. And I saw the email. I had actually forgotten that I'd written it. I was damn near psychotic when I did. And it was like being stripped naked. in public. They turned that email into some kind of she's crazy move, right? Crazy ass black woman demanded my medical records, my therapy notes. Of course, we fought it just on fucking principle. And here's the thing, I didn't have anything to hide. I'm not crazy. My therapist, even if I did not object to it, she was not giving them shit. Not a fucking thing. Okay? But the fact that they tried it and they used that email to do it, and if it had not been for the associate judge, Angelita Gooden, they would have gotten away with that. They would have had to lock my ass up, though. I guarantee you that. Some things I'm not going to do. Like the drug test. They had my hair. These motherfuckers tell me I got to piss in front of them. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I've been exposed enough. I'm not doing it. I refused. I am not urinating in front of a fucking stranger. Enough is enough. In court, her attorney is talking about it and using fucking air quotes when she says she's a survivor. They did not see the woman in me at all. They didn't see the mother in me. Sandra Peake. I was there the day that Sandra Peake shows up at the TLGB, as my good friend Monica Roberts called it, caucus, talking about how she wanted to represent us. We had one child. There was a potential for a second. We bought all the fucking sperm. I'm that nigga. We bought all the sperm. And there was some left over. And I'm responsible for this little black life right here. Having her with you, I'm not going to do that to another little black life. It meant a lot to me to make sure that it was discarded and she could never use it again, because she's detached enough from humanity to do some shit like that. Sandra Peake's response, oh goody. We've done eggs and things like that in this court. We've never done like sperm. She refused to see the same gender-loving woman in me. She refused to see me. We don't need people on these benches that are willing to cut out complete swatches of families, especially when they show up in our spaces, in our caucuses, faking the funk for endorsements. Sandra Peake is not respectful to families on the LGBTQIA spectrum. And in all of their fucking paperwork, this woman is boldly saying, I am the best, I'm more fit to be parent because I gave birth to her. Those things can be detrimental to our families. For them to win wins like this, it can cause a lot of harm. They used my identity against me. I had to be the angry one. There was a point where my ex-wife slammed my head into the windshield. There's proof of it. The first mediator, when I told them that, her response to me was, well, that was a while ago, wasn't it? I couldn't be a victim of any type of abuse. I'm an angry black woman, and she's this soft little white woman that's been pushing through. In Sandra Peake's court, showing up black and femme in any variation from the heteronormative life can and will be used against you. It was used against me.